So an update to the Ann Taylor resignation. It appears that myself and some others that were told that this was all part of the restructuring of county employees to now be on state payroll were not given the correct information. She is in fact going into private practice. Now, there's a lot of people that are showing what I'm going to show you next, saying that she filed today. But in actuality, she filed back in December of 2023. So this is from the Idaho Secretary of State website. You can look up corporations. And she filed December 6th of 2023 to start up a limited liability company, Ann Taylor Law. So she is going back out into private practice. Now, as you recall, she was in private practice before she decided to become the Kootenai County Chief Public Defender. She has also changed her information with the State Bar Association. So her listing now shows Ann Taylor Law Offices as her mailing address instead of Kootenai County. But that website where it says anntaylorlaw.com, that is actually not showing as active. GoDaddy is showing it as available, so it doesn't appear that she has gotten everything off the ground yet in regards to when she's going into private practice. Now, we do know she will still be on the Kohberger case, and she does not need to be doing this pro bono. The state of Idaho has a roster of defense attorneys that includes private attorneys. So it's not just the people that work for the defense attorneys' offices in the different counties. You can agree to a contract with a county. Now, of course, in October, it's going to be with the state because the state's taking over the payroll. But you can agree to a contract to take on a certain number of indigent cases, and the pay is predetermined before you take on those cases. Elisa Massoth is one of them, and so is Kathy Mabbitt. And I'll show you both of their entries on this roster. So here's Kathy Mabbitt's, and you can see she's registered with Mabbitt Law. And then here is Elisa Massoth's, and you can see that she's listed with Elisa G. Massoth, PLLC. But both are on the public defender roster. And as we know, both act in the capacity as public defenders on some cases. Now, there's a variety of reasons why somebody in private practice would go ahead and be on the roster and contract to do cases. And that is a shortage is one of the main reasons. Idaho has had issues with low pay, overworked defenders, huge, workloads. And so a lot of their offices do not have enough public defenders. Also, you could have situations where somebody might be out on maternity leave, somebody's quit, and you haven't filled the position yet, conflict of interest where you have to transfer the case to somebody else, or even an uptick in crime where all of a sudden you've got more cases coming in with people needing public defenders than you have employees. So that's why they keep this roster so that they can court assign these people that have agreed to this contract or case-by-case payment up front. Now, did Ann Taylor decide to go private practice because of these changes to the Idaho public defense laws? That's possible, but we don't know. It's all speculation on my part, but the timing almost appears that way. The ACLU had a lawsuit going with some lawyers in Idaho that were claiming that Brad Little's new public defender's office and taking all of the public defense under the state payroll was still not going to fix the problem of overworked public defenders with little pay. So they still felt that there was changes that need to be made, but that lawsuit got dismissed late last year. And so it seems kind of interesting that she filed to go back into starting her own LLC around that same time. So it was almost like maybe she was waiting to see what was going to happen going forward with this state office of the public defender. But it's not going to affect her representing Kohberger. I don't believe she's going to be doing pro bono. I believe that she's going to be working out a contract with first Latah County, and then once the state takes over in October, then she'll work out a contract with the state. And then Jay Logsdon is being listed now as the interim chief public defender for Kootenai County. So he is in Ann Taylor's role now, and she is effectively in private practice as of right now. So I just wanted to get that out there because I don't like having incorrect information out there, and I wanted to do a follow up to that video I put out last week about her just moving into a state role. So that was incorrect. She is now in private practice.